I'm not understanding what's happening. Okay, this is weird. It's not that camera. This is weird. This is weird. Okay. Hello, Carol. I'm very confused here. And now it's switched again. That's so weird. Um, as I went to go live here, they've got a new thing for going live or whatever for me to test out. And so everything is totally different. Yeah, and it keeps using my computer instead of my camera, even though I keep setting it to be that. I don't want it to be that. So sorry, this is weird. And then it's got a little box of me down here. I'm very confused. This is very confusing. And then it's also not showing me how many people are on here. I only see you, Carol, since you commented. I'm confused. I don't know if anybody else is here or what is going on. And that I should maybe, well, I guess this is just something to play with. Settings. Allow viewers to rewind. Live videos longer than 8 hours can't be rewound. Disabled live commentary. I see you if you comment, but it doesn't give me a how many people are on, so I know if it's even worth me. And see, now it just changed back to my laptop instead of the good computer, because look at how much it whites me out when it's the regular computer, and it switches my microphone back, even though I keep telling it I wanted to use the good microphone and the good camera. And now I scroll back up to where I can see, and it's on the good stuff, but then it'll automatically change it back. Why does it do that? That is weird. Can you guys even hear me? And it keeps flashing. This is really weird. And it's a whole different look on here. I don't know why it tells me, to set it up on what I want it to use. So here on setup, it's, again, I want it to be my camera and my external microphone. No, I want you to be that microphone. It just keeps switching it back. Weird. What? I'm sorry. I'm very distracted by how this is completely different and weird. So now, like, when I'm getting Facebook notifications, it's popping up over here and then it's blocking your comments. Oh, there, it finally goes. Okay, you can hear me. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Um, I'm a grumpy person, grumpy old person, and I don't like change. I don't deal well with change. So this will be weird to try and figure it all out. But it claims that um, it's going to be switching that soon. So thank you, Heather. Just messaged me saying can hear me. Um, so it says it's going to be switching it to this permanently. So try it out and get used to it. And it's like, this is weird, but I guess this is a good time to test it out. So, hello for the people that have joined me. Who am I? Well, I'm never really asked that anymore, not in gossip. And I haven't gone live on Stephen Avery Project in a long time, but that's usually the number one question is, who are you? So, Dex West, and I run Stephen Avery Project, MAM Gossip, Justice with Jax. I'm a nobody. But I'm sitting here bored. Hello, Angela, and hello everybody prior to her that said hello while I was still just getting all confused by this new thing. I was supposed to be doing Meals on Wheels today, delivering Meals on Wheels to seniors, and Jeff and I went, and the line was around the block of people who were gonna deliver the meals. So they had more than enough people. So Jeff and I left. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm showered and dressed and have a bra on, and now I'm just stuck in my house. So let's go live. And so I keep trying to switch around where I go live for people, because some people prefer it better in Facebook, and then some people prefer it on YouTube. So I think I was live on YouTube last. So here we are. We did like a 90-minute live 2 days ago, I think, on YouTube, where we discussed the Tiger King, which is the current Netflix sensation. Hello, Kimberly and Janine. So, if y'all would like to discuss Tiger King, oh my Lanta, so much to discuss on that train wreck. So, but feel free to fire at me anything you want to discuss. Open forum. Oh, Natasha was moving. I hope it was a good move. I hope you've recovered from it, because oh gosh, moving is the one thing I do like about moving though is you purge. Then it's like you go to pack something up and it's like, what am I really going to do with this? So you get rid of it, and then when you're unpacking, then you're like, what am I going to do with this, and get rid of even more stuff. So then when you're in one place for a long time, more crap, at least for me, accumulates. So it's like, oh, you kind of need that move to help you get rid of crap you don't need. So for those of you who, Angela and Debbie and others who haven't seen Tiger King yet, I recommend it. It really is a train wreck. And if you are an animal lover, do not worry. There isn't things in there that would be very upsetting to see. I'm that weird person that I'll watch, I like horror films and I'll watch all that gory stuff. But if something is going to happen to an animal, I look away. I don't want to watch it. So I feel your pain, literally. But don't worry about it in that respect. Janine said she definitely fed him to the lions. Debbie says, did you see the photo of Carol's first husband and Jeff Lowe? No, I have not seen that. Andrea watched Tiger King and Don't Fuck with Cats. Both were great. Well, the woman from Don't Fuck with Cats, so there's a Facebook group or page or whatever that I follow just called Tiger Cat Memes, and she's in there. um, so, because I know people say if anybody can solve what happened to Carol's husband, it would be the woman from Don't Fuck with Cats. But I raise you the Stephen Avery people, the Making a Murderer people. Carol Ann Fitzgerald. I said it on YouTube, and I'm saying it here on Facebook. Solve where is Carol's husband. I have faith in you that you can do it. Very annoying that every time I'm getting Facebook notifications, it's covering up your comments. Can I X them? No, Xing them off over here doesn't. And now it just switched me back to the other stuff. Why does it keep doing that? Why does it switch me over to my laptop computer and microphone? So dumb. I don't get it. Sorry, I'm just still very confused by this whole thing. Stop messing with it. Ooh, Deb sent a picture. Oh, they do look alike. But that says Carol Baskin's first husband. Oh, wait. That's not Don. Okay, yeah, so that is her first husband. Oh, wow. Huh. Curiouser and curiouser. Angela, yes, both are on Netflix. Don't Fuck with Cats and Tiger King. So, hello, Corey. Um, I don't want to say too much about Tiger King then. Um, since there's people on here who haven't seen it, because I would rather you, and now I'm looking to my video camera, but it's now on my thing, on my laptop. So dumb. Um, I don't want to ruin anything for you. So, hmm, what to do, what to do. Hmm, hmm, hmm. All right, what else is there to discuss then if we're not going to talk about Tiger King? Yep, Debbie, that would be the father of her daughter, I guess. Um, but then at some point too, I heard something say third husband that Don Baskin was, or Don, whatever his name was, I can't remember now, was her third cousin, Mm. um, third husband. So I don't know. Um, it's a train wreck for those of you who haven't watched it yet. It's 7 episodes. Yeah, Leanne binged all episodes last night. Yeah, so you're not gonna stop watching it. So make sure that when you go to watch it, you've got 7 hours to commit because you are going to binge it. Um, I've watched it twice now because I watched it myself and then I made Jeff watch it and I watched with him. Um, in my opinion, everybody in that who claim they're they care about the welfare of big cats do not. Bottom line is they're all people putting money in their pockets. I'm still looking to my video camera and it's switched to here. Sorry. looking here. And also then, well, let me turn off this light then. That makes it any better. I don't know if that makes it any better because I have to have this light on when I use the video camera. But now that I have to use my laptop, I'm not as whited out. I don't know. Dumb. Oh, Sydney found us. Hello, Sydney. I'm still doing that. Um, no, Janine, there's no news on Steven's case other than everything keeps getting a 30 extension due to this stay at home. So we're not going to hear anything on Steven's case or any case for a while. You know, everything is halted due to this COVID-19. So, and that's why I thought the Stephen Avery Project people really pissed me off. I know that's my page. But so Tammy and I, and this will be something we can discuss, Tammy and I are going to start doing regular lives talking about the Marnie Yang case. And so I made an event for it to let people know that we were doing this on Friday. And I posted it on Stephen Avery Project. And right away, somebody's comment is, and what does this have to do with Stephen? I went to respond, and then I did which is rare for me to ignore that, to do if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. But it really pisses me off that people just want to say about one thing only, especially when there's nothing going on in Stephen's case. Nothing. You know what? I got to turn off this video camera. Maybe that will help me to stop looking at it if it's turned off, since it's not going to let me use it. So that there's nothing going on. So we're going to take this time to go over the Marnie Yang case from start to finish and have, multiple episodes where we're going to concentrate on him. And so I thought maybe Stephen in it. So I'll share that link. In, just scroll out my Leanne says she was married to someone, then met Don. Yeah, maybe that's the three. But I thought something had said that the current husband, or no, that Don was husband number 3. So, Maureen watched it and says it's mystifying. Yeah, that really is a rabbit hole that you have to follow. My husband and I binged it over the weekend. I didn't but the first episode, and then it takes off. So stick with it. This is where I'm looking now because this is my laptop, my video camera, that it won't let me go. Oh. Is it back? Hello, Kim. Did I come back? This is so dumb. So then I have to have my video camera on for you to see me here, but I play it through the video camera? What the fuck is that about? I don't get that at all. So now I'm going to keep looking over here to my video camera even though I use it. I'm not liking this. This is dumb. Whatever. We're just winging it today because bored and locked in. So, what I was talking about was starting this Friday, Tammy and I will be going live on the WMP Justice Review Facebook page. We're going to start covering the Marnie Yanks. Yeah, Heather, that's weird that I turned the camera off and I disappeared. It's stupid. So the first episode we're doing this Friday, and it will be at 6 p.m. Central Time. So currently, right now, it's 11:37 a.m. here. So 6 p.m. When you look at the other one, your head is turned. Yeah, that's my video camera. That's my laptop. Um, so this Friday, we're just gonna talk about Marnie's case, the cliff notes of the case. We're gonna try and keep it to just an hour, not go really, really long, but who knows? We're gonna be doing them regularly. Tammy has already, here, let me go to my email. I can pull up what we're going to be doing. If my email, I can give you a synopsis of which email did she send it to? Not that one. Maybe she sent it to Jax. I'll look there. See, my video camera or my feed here then just king. Nope, she didn't send it to Justice with Jax. She didn't send it to that one. Send it to my personal. No, just the roots. Cindy, just in here when I took it, that's what you saw. What Cindy is on my personal Facebook today. I had said since I'm locked in, I'm not coloring my hair, and I took a picture of my part, a close up of my. You can kind of see the silver that's in there. Just letting it go. Janine says, have you all got 5G towers yet? I have just round corner. What is that? I don't know what that is. Okay. Let me click on Tammy's email. All right. So episode 1. This is her proposed episodes for Marnie's case. Episode 1, overview of case. 2, the stolen gun. 3, the silencer. 4, the rental car. 5, the drop phone. 6, the bracelet. 7, Marnie at home at time of murder. 8, Andrew a suspect. 9, the letters. 10, police errors. 11, other suspects. 12, Marnie in custody. 13, Marnie's children. 14, the wiretaps. 15, the Denny's confession, part 1. 16, the Denny confession, part 2. 17, the arrest. 18, the trial and sentencing. 19, the post-conviction petition. 20, state's motion to dismiss. And 21, Lake County wrongful convictions. So there are 21 proposed episodes of lives that we will be doing. on the Marnie Yang case to give you the full story. I know that there's supposed to be that 2020 episode, but they kept putting it off for whatever reason, and then it was now they're holding it into this whole thing ends. So I don't know when you're gonna see that, and we also don't know what's in it. We really don't know if they're gonna, you never know with media where they're gonna go. So, um, um, so we wanna, we're gonna give you the whole Marnie Yang story, and we're gonna, lay it all out for you. Oh, Janine says 5G for your internet. Not as far as I know, and my internet is getting horrible. So I would assume um, that I don't have that here. And my phone, I think my phone, what does my phone say? My phone doesn't say anything. I thought it used to say what it was. No, as far as I know, we do not. Um, so and then while we're doing those lives about Marnie's case, we'll also be bringing people on to talk. So, not sure who all is coming on. There'll be different people from the Justice Review team. So, there's the private detectives, we've got the lie detector expert, the ballistic expert, we've got Jed Stone, her lawyer, her dad, Larry. Um, and then there's Marnie herself. So we will be bringing Marnie on if possible. Because again, you don't know what's going to happen with this whole virus thing. And it's something I was working on yesterday, actually, is that I know that the prison that Marnie and Melissa is in has over 50 cases of the virus. Or did like a week ago when I was given the information. I don't know what it is now. Um, I was given this information by somebody on the inside that works there, not an inmate. Because actually, as far as I know, Marnie and Melissa don't know. I don't. I don't. I'm not going to tell them that, because it's something to worry them. I even more than they already are. So, from somebody who works there, they said that there was over 50 cases between inmates and staff, that there is staff that is refusing to go to work. I just don't know. So talking with people um talking with people in my state, like my governor does a briefing every day due to the virus. And yesterday he talked at length about our correctional system, and that they just freed, like, I think it was 300 people yesterday, and that they were letting out women with children, babies, that type of thing. Um, and then from there, I done a Zoom meeting that had a couple of legislators in, and they also discussed the whole correctional system thing. So one was a state representative, and so then I asked her privately if I could talk to her privately about this. And so she said, yes, email me. And so then I emailed her all the information I have on Marnie and Melissa's prison. And so she's definitely going to get into it. And she's a state rep whom I love, love, love. I've done stuff with her before. legislatively, and also her partner was um, her partner was a couple years ago. I was a field organizer for the Human Rights Campaign, and I had to organize for 3 different campaigns. And so then the Human Rights Campaign sent me somebody that would help divide that work. And so the person I was given is that state representative's partner. So um, I worked a lot with their partner, who actually was, well, I'm not even going to get into that. That's for another day. Are people even still here? Because I haven't seen any comments or anything. So I don't know if this thing just isn't giving me comments or nobody's here any longer. I don't know what's going on. So I don't want to keep talking if nobody's here. I'm not doing that. I don't care. Um, okay, Jane says just listening. And here. Okay. Because I'm just confused by this. Black again. My screen went black, but then I'm back. So I don't know if I'm still here. This is so confusing. Oh my gosh, my family is just texting me like crazy. Anybody else having like tons of family messages and Zooms? That's my family saying they're going to do a Zoom because it's one of my sister's birthdays today. So a family Zoom to wish her a happy birthday, I guess. And then I have a young niece who my sister let her do. I guess there's a kids Facebook Messenger. A kid's face. I'm turning off the sound on my phone. A kid's Facebook Messenger, and so she was messaging me the first day she got it, like sticker after sticker after sticker, and I don't even have the stickers ever. So now I had to get them so I can send her back a sticker or whatever. And so now last night she started a Facebook group message with like all of her family. And thank you, Angela, for messaging Stephen Avery Project saying you're here. Um, so she was messaging like from her dad's side of the family to everybody in one group. And so then I was getting constant notifications last night of sticker after sticker after sticker because it's now every family member is responding to her stickers with a sticker, blah, blah, blah. Oh my God. Yeah. So, I mean, what we're dealing with in this new world. I don't know. Have any of y'all Zoomed before? I have thought about going, we do these Facebook Lives. So, but would it be interesting to do a Zoom and then you all would be able to be up on camera and everybody see each other and everybody talk? Because Zoom is free and you can have up to 100 people on the free version of Zoom. After that, you have to pay. So I don't know if that would be something y'all would be interested in if we did a Zoom talk, and it's not just me. Yeah, Jane. So Zoom is, and I've used Zoom for a while. For it's a way to have meetings online. So I've typically had meetings with people from like Washington D.C. or New York, all in like bunch boxes across the screen, and then whoever is running the meeting too can mute you all, so you can't talk, and only talk when the great wonderful Oz unmutes you, or you just ask people to willingly mute themselves and unmute when they're going to say something so we don't hear the background. And I totally understand, Jane, you saying it's braless makeup free here, because that's what I said. That's the only reason I'm on now, because I went to go do something else and I actually had a bra on. So, and I mean, I don't have makeup on because I hardly ever wear makeup and I just don't care. And I didn't do anything to my hair but blow dry it. So it's not styled or anything. But I don't really care. 24-hour pajamas. Yeah, how about it? I'm usually in mood, right? Just a dress that's comfortable. No bra, and just laying around watching Netflix. I did, like we talked about earlier, the Tiger King, and I'm currently on Girls Incarcerated. I think that's what it's called. I discussed this on the YouTube thing. So it's a juvenile detention center in Indiana. Well, there's 2 seasons, but they're both in Indiana, but they were 2 different locations. So it's horrible girls in, you know, teen girl prison. Um they're pretty obnoxious. And I watched Ozark. Yep, I finished season 3 of Ozark, Miley. I recommend. Yeah, and oh my god, that show knows how to have a final scene to go, "Oh my god, when is it going to come back next?" So, yes, if you've never watched Ozark, that's a good one. Really great actors in it. I mean, I love Jason Bateman. So, not a documentary. That's a series, a drama. And I thought this season started a little slow. And I know a couple people talked about that being slow. Push through it. Just like we said with Tiger King, push through it. Gets better. It's good. Yeah, the ending was bananas. Bananas. So, yep, laying around, watching TV. I look for ways to do something. So, Meals on Wheels was my attempt for the day, but it had so many people doing it, didn't need me today. So, that's a great problem to have. I'm also working with another organization I'm part of, but I guess I shouldn't go into that because this is MAM Gossip, not Justice with Jax, where I'm like free to talk about anything. And I'm not going to get into political stuff here. I don't want to get into politics here because it's just going to get ugly. So I'd still like to keep this politics free. I don't know. So I don't think I have that much left to watch on the Girls Incarcerated. And I don't know what's next. But I'm bored. And so you'd think it would mean, oh, I'll clean my house. Nope, not happening. Oh, Debbie says that she's hosting a Zoom tonight at 7:30 UK time. Interview with a witch. That's interesting. A witch. So is that just a Wiccan who calls herself also a witch? Or getting way into it? Debbie, feel free if you want to, gosh, and I always forget about that group, but we have the MAM Gossipers, which is where you can post anything, whatever you want. So feel free to make a post in there and, tell people if they're interested, they can message you. And then, because you can't get in, so the person's got to invite you. And then at times there's a password you have to use and such. So, um, I mean, it's up to you, Debbie, if you made that all public. But otherwise, I would just say have people, yeah, private message you if they want to be given the link. So, but that's interesting with a witch. Hmm. Yeah. It does look, it's sunny today here in Chicagoland. It's 47 degrees. So maybe when I'm done with this, go outside. I don't know. Instead of just going and watching TV. Debbie says she's a modern day, fully practicing witch and a very dear friend of mine. Huh. So, yeah, I'd be curious what she has to say about this whole virus. If she's got any advice. Um, 7:30 p.m. your time. I don't do math, so I don't know what that is here. So somebody would have to tell me. Uh, but I've no idea what I'm doing. The only thing, what do I have on my schedule? Well, my family is doing a Zoom in 2 minutes to wish my sister a happy birthday. Not doing that. Um, and then tomorrow I have calls every Thursday with a organization that I'm a field organizer for, and so I have my Thursday call chin. And what else? And then Friday doing the live with Tammy. So that's all I got on my plate. Tom, it is almost noon here. It's just about to be noon. 6 p.m. now. So it's in an hour and a half, right? Say 7:30 or 7. So it would, gosh, the time change thing is so weird. So 1.5 hours time. Interesting. I don't know what I'm doing in my busy quarantine life other than my check-in call tomorrow and the thing with Tammy on Friday. And I'm here right now. And we've been on for 42 minutes. So we'll stay on for an hour and then we'll be done and then we'll see what I do next. I need to go get some bird seed because I like to watch the birds. Thrilling life, right? Um, what else? Anything? Anybody have anything they want to discuss? Because I'm just blah. Ooh, Miley asks, can she cast spells? Yeah, would there be a protection spell so you can like help your family and loved ones not get the virus? My glasses are always disgusting. Hmm. Tom says, what rules do you have to follow over there in regards to the virus? We're all supposed to stay in our homes and not go out, not go anywhere unless you need groceries. You're asked not to hoard um because the grocery stores will remain open as an essential business. There are certain days of the week and times that have been designated for seniors only. So, you want seniors to be able to get first pick of stuff before you have assholes that hoard things. And now you have it's the beginning of the month. So we're asked not to go grocery shopping until April 4th. because the government assistance programs, that's on the first, second, and third of the month is when they typically go to get their stuff. So you're asked to please, again, not be an asshole and go hoard and take stuff and let these people that are only allowed to shop these certain times for these certain things to let them go and get their stuff without it being gone. But so many things are called are being deemed essential businesses that are able to remain open, and I don't understand it. So because every time you go out, you're now possibly going to get infected and bring it back. So like Jeff has been going to work. He's home today, but he's always doing, Jeff doesn't sit still, so he's doing some project down in the basement. Um, but like when he goes to work, and so anybody he sees at work, and then when he comes home, now even though I've been home, I can get infected because he was out. So that's why, they try and say, tell you nobody go out. But and now they just extended it to the end of April. So now we're going until May 1st. I'm supposed to stay at home and not go anywhere. Something I found interesting was I went this morning to try and pick up the stuff for Meals on Wheels. There's a senior citizens center that's right by it. And there were all these signs in the windows, up high, that people, the elderly, had put with messages for their loved ones since they can't visit. It's so sad. Um, oh gosh, yeah. Birds wonder where we are. Well, here there's still people out constantly. We live on a dead end street, and I have so many people that are constantly walking past our house now that don't usually, because we are encouraged to go out. They're like, go walk your dogs. But then you get yelled at if, like if you go to a dog park, it's like you're congregating. Or a big thing we had in Chicago was we had some gorgeous days. And so people were by Lake Michigan. And so our mayor, Lori Lightfoot, she's telling people stay at home. And now people have photoshopped, because Lori is an interesting looking woman and wears a suit, and she's short, she's a short little thing. And she was, given the, she's also a mom, that mom look when she was at a podium and telling people to stay at home. So now that's been photoshopped of Mayor Lightfoot into all these things of like to scare you, don't go out, so now people have even done it where it's like been photoshopped inside an open refrigerator because, all we want to do is eat because you're just sitting home doing nothing. So you open your fridge and, there's Mayor Lightfoot. You don't need to eat. It's hysterical. And Lori Lightfoot loves it too. And so she actually then she's done her own memes and she's done her own videos about it and telling people to stay at home. So, oh, Jane says, my annoyance with grocery shoppers is that they wander around because they're bored. Keep my essential son safe, make a list. Yeah, thank you to anybody who works at the grocery stores that you're still there putting yourself in jeopardy. I mean, I know you also need to make money, and thankfully you're still able to bring in money, unlike somebody who like works at a movie theater and those are shut down or whatever, so you have no way of making money, so at least you're able to make money. But yes, your life is in jeopardy, and so I thank you. And I thank the stores that are also taking the time to make sure people are doing the social distancing. And finger to those of you who, when I'm at a store and you're right on top of me. And I went to a store the other day and he was looking at something, and then all of a sudden there was some guy that came up like right up, Jeff was like kneeling down or crouching down to look at something on a lower shelf, and the guy was like right there over him, and I'm like, what the fuck, get away, you're supposed to be 6 feet away. So it's crazy out there. Miley says, we were out on stay at home orders yesterday at 5, but non essential businesses are still open. It's silly. I heard that Los Angeles was going to be or did cut off the electric and water to non essential businesses to force them to close. Pam says, no abortions now in India, elective surgery, but gun shops will remain open because considered essential. Oh, Pam, you're dragging me in there. I don't want to talk politics, but it's total bullshit. I'm sorry for people who now are going to want to fight me on this. Um and I try so hard not to keep Pam, you're a bad girl. Luckily here in Illinois, cuz I have white governors ever, JB Pritzker, and his proclamation he put in there that women's reproductive health care is essential.
And gun stores, equally as important.
Shut up, Jeff.
And gun stores.
Shut up, Jeff. And there's Jeff saying and gun stores. If you didn't hear him, since this won't let me use my good microphone. Now more than ever. Because people are at home, how many more babies are going to be made at this time that are unwanted pregnancies? How many women are now stuck at home with their abusive husband? How many children are now stuck at home with their abusive parents? How many children who are raped by family members now have that person home all the time? How many pregnancies are there going to be? These clinics need to be open, not just... These clinics don't just do abortions. They do many things. Also, they provide birth control, which should be, especially in a time like now, birth control should just be free. And I actually have a huge box of emergency contraception. I have the morning after pill. So if anybody happens to need one, let me know. And I will fight you over what the morning after pill is, plan B, whatever you want to call it. Just because, we're going to get real deep now. Just because a guy ejaculates into a woman, it doesn't mean a baby is made. It takes 72 hours for the sperm to find the egg. That Plan B pill is only taken in that 72-hour window. And so that then prevents the sperm from getting the egg. It's preventing a pregnancy. So if you want to say an embryo is a baby, it's not doing anything to an embryo or a baby. It is preventing it from happening. So I actually got in trouble because it's what I do. I've been a clinic escort for a long, long time. And so there is an organization that schedules all the escorts for the clinics in the area. And they decided to suspend the program during this stay at home. And they said that it was more important to them to keep the escorts safe. Meanwhile, the clinics remain open. And people are still out there yelling at women and intimidating women and harassing them and threatening them. Trust me, a lot goes on there. I thought that was bullshit. That now you're not going to protect these women. You're not in danger of getting the virus by going outside to the clinic where you're 6 feet away from people. You're outside. You're not touching anything. You're not... and these women need the protection. So I still went on the first Saturday, but I told the person in charge that I was still going to go, and she told me, fine, just don't wear the vest. We wear this rainbow vest that says clinic escort. And so that's what I did. And then later that day, that woman freaks out on me. Now, she had cheered me on in going because I had even told her I was going to bring my pit bull. And her exact response to me was, fuck yeah. So afterwards, she then messages me and tells me that I have shown her disrespect by going. Now, mind you, when I went, I had followed her don't wear the vest. I talked to the clinic while I was there, and the clinic was like, oh, we thought Bonita had suspended this program. And it's like, well, yes, she did, but I'm still here because these women, need to be protected. And I'm not here representing the escorts. And they said, good. The clinic was so happy we were there because a couple other escorts showed up too. So later that day, like I said, she messages me that I disrespected her and she kind of flipped out on me. Then later that night, she messages me and she apologizes. Her words were, I apologize for overreacting and I love you. And then the next day, she emails me telling me I'm suspended. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? So, yeah, clinic is left where there's nobody protecting those women. And those people are still there yelling at people going in for healthcare. And we have people going into those clinics that are there because they have miscarried. The baby is dead inside of them and they have nowhere to go to get the help to have this baby removed. We have people who are going there for they have a yeast infection. We had a woman there, or a girl went there, and the person who drove her is like, she walked her friend in, and then she's like, I want to go. And we're like, don't bother. And she's like, no, I want to explain to them that she's not here having an abortion. She's here for her second cancer screening and she's hoping she's going to be able to have a hysterectomy to stop her cancer, and that she's got children, and and I'm like, don't bother. And she's like, and so she went over there and they instantly said to her, you're lying, we don't believe you. And so I'm like, see, don't bother. And then I had another woman who was there in tears. And she's like, I'm married and I have 6 children. But I am here because I need the pregnancy test and everything because my husband is divorcing me because he thinks this isn't his baby. And I want to show him that this is his baby. So I know I'm getting way off into the weeds there. And I haven't been able to see your comments. So I don't know how many people are now going to be, don't talk about this and be against me. Janine is ordering a curry. Angela, I go to the store, get what I need, and right back home. Left my house 3 times in March only. Yeah, Jeff and I go grocery shopping now together. We didn't usually really even do groceries. We were mostly takeout because we're fat and eat food good food. But even before this, we were trying to eat better. So we go to the store together, but we pretty much we get what we're getting and we get out. Tom says it sounds like the same rules as us in the UK. Well, and Tom, that's for me here in Illinois. Not all states are doing this. There are some states that aren't doing the at home at all. So, we're still at risk. More and more are going to get infected. Pam is admitting she's a bad girl, but she's livid. Rebecca, Jeff, are you around here still? No. Rebecca says close the gun stores. I went with Jeff to Bass Pro Shop, which is a place, among other things, has guns and stuff. And it was amazing to me how bare the shelves were. And Jeff had bought a gun, but you've got so many days before you can get it, blah blah blah. And so he went to a gun store to go pick up his gun, and he said there was a long line, and that there are people like to his soccer moms, so rich white women who have never had a gun before, now trying to get a gun, and then they're concerned about what color it is, will it match their outfit, and how heavy it is. And then they're all shocked that there's that we do have some gun laws, that you can't just go to a gun store and go, I'm going to pick this pretty one and wrap it up and I'm going to leave with it. That's not how it works. And um, I am actually a field organizer for a gun violence prevention group, and we really need to make sure that guns don't get into the wrong hands at this time. So that's something that Jeff, who loves guns, but he's for sensible laws. We don't agree on everything in the laws or the proposed laws, but that's what real gun owners should care about. Like Jeff is a concealed carry instructor. He's not going to teach to somebody, we know people that he absolutely doesn't think should ever have a gun. He's not going to be responsible for that person now having a gun. So we've had things like in Illinois, we had a shooting a year ago where it was a guy who had a felony in another state that should have prevented him from getting a gun here. But somehow that just doesn't get transferred over. And he was able to legally buy a gun here in Illinois, even though he shouldn't have been, because he's a felon and shouldn't have a gun. So I'm working on that here now, on trying to close those problems that we have currently in gun sales. Pam, I just read your comment to Jeff and he just walked outside, but he'll be back in a minute. I don't know what project he's doing. I keep hearing hammers and screwdrivers and I don't know what the frick he's doing. But when he comes back, I'll tell him what you said. Rebecca says lots of December babies. Yeah. Jane says it's worrisome. DHHS is closed here. But on a brighter note, schools are delivering lunches on school buses. It's so touching, the things. Jeff, Pam says don't make her come over here.
And do what?
He says, and do what? He's got a gun and you don't. It's been so touching that I've seen like Jeff, I can see you in the back. You have no shirt on.
I don't care.
The
I don't be coming over.
the lunches that are being delivered. I've seen like the parades that school teachers have done, in their cars going through the students' neighborhoods so the students can see their teachers in the cars as they drive by. I've seen the videos of a teacher at a child's door and the door in the child in the house and they're helping them with their work. I just love how people are trying to find ways to still help each other. Jordy says some abortions called dilatation and curettage in surgery are also needed in miscarriage because the mother will get an infection too, sometimes needed for other reasons too. Yep. Miley said, did they get the same message or just you? Just me. Rebecca says, why is there such a reaction to abortions there? Because of religion. Point blank. It's religion. Which I've actually argued with the people because, and I'm not a religious person, but it is in the Bible on how to give a woman or to give a woman an abortion. Um, and then also the Bible says life begins at first breath. So, but it's people pushing their religion on others, and I don't like it. Have your religion. I'm totally fine with you being religious and practicing your religion and all of that. But that should be your religion, and what's in your religion should have nothing to do with what's happening in my life. And what makes your religion or your God the religion or the God? There are so many different faiths. You know, can't we all just get along, right? Um, Tom says she sounds like she needs a psychologist. Well, I believe what it is, and now I'm going to sound like a douchebag, but it's what I do. Uh, I believe she was threatened by me because I was coming more and more essential to be there, and now she's not. But I'm the boss type thing. So, whatever. Um, Jane says, is Illinois in the Bible Belt? No, I wouldn't call it the Bible Belt. They just are everywhere. Um, I need to look at my video camera, but I don't know how. Jeff has to do it. But on that last day when I went, I was actually shoved not once, but 3 times by people there. And all I was trying to do was walk on the sidewalk. Now, I was being a dick. We call them antis. The antis were totally blocking the sidewalk, so you can't walk. And the law is you can't completely block the sidewalk. You have to keep a path open. So all I was doing was trying to walk on that sidewalk, and I'm knowing they're blocking it, and so I'm walking up to them and saying, "You're blocking the sidewalk. You need to move." And then that's when a guy shoved me. And Jeff happened to be there that day. And so then I had said to Jeff, "Did you see that guy freaking shoved me?" And so he wanted to see the guy shoved me. So I went over there again and walked. And the guy shoved me again. And then Jeff came over there and had some words with him. And then a woman also shoved me too. So stupid, so but I've been assaulted many times at a clinic. I've been assaulted by a priest, literally wearing his collar and carrying a rosary. And that priest said things to me like it was too bad my mother didn't abort me. And I don't have to worry about, this was 2 years ago. I don't have to worry about Me Too moment because I'm too fat and ugly. No man would ever sexually harass me. Charming. Yes, Jordy, they can get sepsis, right? Um, Heather says, y'all, thanks for keeping me company while I paint my hallway. Well, aren't you being productive? See, that's way better than me just sitting here on the computer. Rebecca says, how people can treat others like that is disgusting. Your life is your life. So, at a clinic, it's not my business why you're at the clinic. I don't care. Guns. I think you have a right to guns, but there are rules that need to be followed. Miley first. Costco just implemented 2-person per cart, so no more huge family shopping together. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't heard of that one. Angela says, we have shield guards between store clerks now, too. Jeff and I just saw that when we were grocery shopping the other day, that they had the big sneeze guard up. Heather says, our gun stores are open, but not our shooting ranges. Jeff, are shooting ranges open here?
No.
No, they're closed here also. Okay, Angela says, one box of shit for a 25 rifle was $25.
Yeah, there's a lot of places that will price gouging shit.
Yeah, Jeff says a lot of places are price gouging shit. What should that cost, Jeff?
What shell, really?
25 rifle? 0.25?
About 0.22.
Okay. What should that cost?
$10.
Jeff says it should cost $10. Heather says weight does matter. My Ruger is lighter than my Smith & Wesson.
Rugers are tanks.
Jeff says Rugers are tanks.
And it better not be an old 59 series Smith & Wesson or I'm going to make fun of her.
He says it better not be an old 59 series Smith & Wesson or he will, what will you do? Make fun of her?
Is it a shield? You're okay.
If he says if it's a shield, Heather, you're okay. This is all Greek to me. I have no idea what I'm saying. Maz says we have markers too in our shops to protect you and the cashier. I love that. I love the stores. So like even when we went to the Bass Pro Shop, there were two guys out there wearing neon hats. They were only allowing 50 people in the store at once. And then where all the registers were, there were marks on the floor to stand so you're the 6 feet away. And then when we were at the grocery store, I saw lines on the floor for that too. Natasha is glad they have control. Where are you, Natasha? Maz agrees on gun control. Tom says, it sounds like the clinic manager may have been positive to you when it came to her thoughts on you still going, but maybe the negative was when those above her made her message you. Yeah. Heather's motto, live and let live. I just always say I'm the choice girl. You, as long as you aren't hurting anyone else, it's not my business. Jordy says, was Stephen's case delayed? Date has passed for his extension. Yeah, it was first extended another 30 days, and now it's been extended another 30 days. Tom says, when's the purge happening like the movie? That's something that Jeff saw, that somebody was going around playing that purge siren. Jeff, are you here?
Yep.
Heather says, nah, it's an M&P shield.
Yep, good to go.
Good to go? That's what you said? You approve? He approves, Heather. So you're okay. Oh my word. What's that?
I said, tell her to go take care of Kim or Julio and was threatening to come over.
Threatening to come over?
Which one just said, don't make me come over?
Oh. So, one said, don't make me come over. Now I have to scroll back and see which one of you said it. If it lets me. Who said it? Pam did.
Yeah.
So Heather, Jeff is telling you to now go take care of Pam since she said don't make me come over there. What are you doing?
Putting a ceiling fan up in here.
Ooh la la. He's putting up a ceiling fan. And there's my cat outside the window. Well, I've been on for an hour now. Pam just said me. So I guess I'm going to bring this to a close. I'm going to constantly be popping up live, whether it's here in Gossip. I may pop up live. I haven't done one in a long, long time on Justice with Jax. I'll be on the WMP Justice Review page on Friday at 6 p.m. where we'll talk about Marnie's case. There's a Justice with Jax YouTube. He walked back outside now. Because you just never know when I'm going to get bored. Pam replied with, damn! Hello, Zoe, as I'm just about to close out here. So you never know when I'm going to pop on when I won't just be wearing my muumuu and bralette. You know, I guess I could always try and just be down like this so you can't see. when I'm not actually dressed. Fucking Carol Baskin, Zoe. It's from a documentary series on Netflix called The Tiger King that I'm asking all Making a Murderer people to solve. Where is Carol Baskin's husband? So watch the 7-part Tiger King documentary and then do your homework and and tell me where is Carol Baskin, fucking Carol Baskin's husband number 2. So, and I mean, if you're regularly on Facebook, your news feed has to have Carol Baskin memes, because so many people have watched it. I don't know what the numbers are to Making a Murderer, but I know it's been huge. Oh, Rebecca, it is so. Um, it's um, Maz, she into the Tigers. Oh, not mad at you. Um, 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 but not mad at you. Fucking Carol Baskin. That's part of it. It's like inside joke. You have to watch Tiger King to know that you also have to say fucking Carol Baskin. um oh my. So much about Tiger King. That's so funny. We started with Tiger King and now we've circled back aloud. Um so there's your homework for people who haven't watched Tiger King. 7 episodes, so it's 7 hours. So it's a lot of time out of your life. But what are we doing? We're all quarantined. So um, watch it and tell me where is Carol Baskin. So, all right. Well, I'm going to end this now. Hopefully, it remains on gossip because I'm using this new Facebook thing. Um, for this video and it works really weird and it won't let me use the video and the audio from my camera. It's making me use it through my laptop, but if I turn my camera off, it turns me off. It's stupid. Whatever. So, all right, I'm out again. You never know when I'm going to go live. So, so Miley. Jeff's final word. Did you say go get guns? What? What if this person is a mental case? I'm a mental case. Hey, I'm a mental case. I see a psychiatrist. Should I have a gun?
No guns.
Uh,
Ah.
um. So I'm off to fight guns. So we'll talk again soon. Be safe, everybody.